Hey folks, Kilt-Man here, Kilt-Man at your services. How are you all? I hope you're all doing very, very well. Hope you've all got your wetsuits on. Ooh, because we're going to take a plunge. We're going to take a big, big plunge into the deep blue sea. Because we're going to mess around with sharks. But not just any old sharks. We're not talking Bruce from Jaws. It's a 20-footer. 25, 3 tons of him. These are bigger. We've got a shark here that's 45 feet long. And it's not a great white, it's a Mako shark. And they're next generation Mako sharks. They're super special. They're smarter, faster, nastier than ever before. Because man has interfered with their brains and made their brains bigger, made them smarter. But they don't like being incarcerated. So they want to escape into the freedom of the deep blue sea. Yes, 1999, Renny Harlin brought out Deep Blue Sea with the great Thomas Jane, with the dubious delights of Saffron Burrows and LL Cool J, and a vast array of animatronic and CGI sharks. It was an adventure movie, a horror movie, a kind of aquatic stalk and slash movie where the whole installation gets sunk because of a huge disaster and the sharks infiltrate the submersible laboratories and tunnels and what have you, and pick off the dwindling cast left, right and centre, and some big names get picked off quite unexpectedly. I really enjoyed this movie at the cinema back in 1999, had a great time with it, and I've loved the film ever since. I will be perfectly honest that the first half hour is utter cringe. The dialogue is god awful. Some of the acting is really piss poor. Samuel L. Jackson, Christ, people love him. I like him as a personality. I do not think he's a great actor. I've never thought that. And my God, he reveals his ineptitude and naff lines and delivery in this movie. So anyway, I'll just have a quick swig of this. Cheers, y'all. And here's to swimming with bow-legged women. And Saffron Burrows, especially. Even though she bats for the other side, which only makes her more appealing somehow. Anyway, right, for reference purposes, this is the UK Blu-ray, the deep Blu-ray of Deep Blue Sea. And so, what is it? Bigger, smarter, faster, meaner. Than what? Than a haddock. Than a finder's fish finger. Anyway, right, so I'm going to do a countdown, 3, 2, 1, and then press play. I'm on the menu screen right now. So we've got play movie, languages, scene selection, special features. Well, we're only concerned with the play movie bit. So you guys know the drill. 3, 2, 1, then press play. Right? Not on 1. 3, 2, 1, then do it. So, right. 3, 2, 1. Of course, what I always forget about is that some machines take longer reading in to the actual movie itself. So it's Warner Brothers. Yes. And in a great little nifty slant, they do the Warner Brothers logo in the water. It's all waterlogged. It's all swirling around in the briny. It's all bluified. I like this. It's all swirly stuff. You got Trevor Rabin's great score to this movie, actually. I've discussed the score quite a bit. This is quite an eerie shot. When you see the cinema, that shot coming down to this luxury catamaran, you know, with all the ripples on the waves, and you know, you don't want to be out on the deep blue sea at night. And you get all this foursome, these two couples. And you got a line, well, there's many lines in this which I despise. But you've got one here coming up, which is just the most ridiculous, redundant line ever. It's a nice catamaran. It's all filmed in the water studios of just off Baja, California. What's that? Did you feel something? Yeah. And look at the shimmy that she's doing. The curvaceous movements. Yeah, now. We're having a party, man. No fucking shit. We've been out on this boat for fucking hours. We're drinking. We're making out. We're having a party, man. Ooh, I never expected that. Visual flourish. Red wine in the water. That's one hell of a catamaran, that. Ooh. There are some good shots. Now, Renny Harlin had done Cliffhanger, which is a film I've talked about a lot on the channel. An excellent movie, one of Stallone's finest, to be honest. And Renny Harlin does a couple of things from that movie are in this movie. Like, you're going to see that teddy bear. Look, do teddy bears actually sink that quickly? I thought they float. But Sarah at the start of Cliffhanger, in the perilous, death-defying, it's a shark! Ooh! A massive headbutt, a rear headbutt in the air, right in the mush of the fitted scale there. I mean, you can have your blonde, but that's the one you're interested in, let's be honest. But of course, like, Sarah is hanging precariously for her life over a huge, deep chasm, and Stallone can't manage to save her, and she drops, but her little teddy bear falls out of her backpack, as was their sort of name called there, referenced there, I should say. Oh. Saved at the last minute. Wow. It's Thomas Jane. I love Thomas Jane. I think he's a great character, great personality. Looks good in movies. Always like him. Just if there's ever a foggy day, don't get in a car with him. The Mist, folks, because he'll make the wrong call. Right. Now, in this sequence here, you've got the great Ronny Cox, a wonderful actor, you know, from so many great movies, The Car, RoboCop, so many, just Total Recall. And he just sits there. I don't think he says a word. Look, that's him sitting there looking like Joe Biden. Saffron Burrows is fucking awful as an actress in this movie. She's terrible. And mate, Samuel L., you're worse. So, folks, their program is to work on sharks, big sharks, and there is a substance in their brains which can alter dementia and make dementia-ridden cells in the brain, the human brain, reverse and get the neutrons or whatever the hell they are, firing again, and reverse, degenerative brain disorders. And to be honest, look, there's Ronny Cox. He's doing nothing apart from sitting there staring. I've got a feeling there was probably some scenes with him speaking which didn't make this cut. So she's trying to prove herself, because Samuel L. is the guy financing all of this with that company, obviously. So now he's gonna finally take a look at what they're doing.
That was quite an impressive speech you gave back then.
So what, you left wherever you were, whatever city that was in, and you didn't take the helicopter. You got on your private plane and you're flying out there, and only now, which has got to be at the best half a day later, you say that's some speech you made back there.
But you saved all those people.
Not all.
You see, he's got a backstory. He survived an avalanche. Not in the Himalayas, as she just said, but in the Alps. And you'll find out a little bit more about that. But it's the most hackneyed pile of bullshit ever. It's really horribly shoehorned into this and really doesn't have any bearing on it whatsoever. And it doesn't manufacture one of the world's worst speeches in movies, which comes courtesy of Samuel L. I'm not going to show something chronic. I love this film, folks. But you've got to get past this first horrendous sort of 25 minutes, maybe even half hour. Once things kick off, it's a relentless odyssey of set pieces, violence, chaos, destruction, and it's great. It's tremendous, good fun. But you've got these like posy. Look at that. How posy is that? That's an animatronic shark. Looks really, really good.
What do you think, amigo? She's a 12-footer. She's beautiful. She wants to give you a big kiss. I bet. She's got a damn license plate there.
And the license plate in her teeth. What is it? It's the exact same license plate from Jaws. The shark that they catch and kill and then perform a half-arsed autopsy on the shark. And they pull the license plate out of its mouth. Well, the same license plate is in that shark's mouth. There's Jacqueline Mackenzie.
Where's tattoo?
Oh God, this is awful, this. These two, their interaction is absolutely wretched.
Treat me like a tourist.
Treat me like a tourist. You funded all of this. So you didn't look at any of the blueprints, the plans. You got no idea what went into it. This is a nice introduction though to well, Carter, Thomas Jane, is a shark wrangler, and he will happily get into the air, the water, and wrestle with sharks. That's a tiger shark, and you saw the stripes on it there. Tiger sharks do not have stripes like that. They do not. So they've really exaggerated that. Hello. Gives a kiss. I mean, I don't mind this. It's kind of like, it's almost like Tarzan, I suppose, with his affinity with sharks. Look, he's getting the license plate out. So you think the shark could be made up? Cheers, mate. Ooh, a nice little posy shot with the abs there.
I'm thinking he's bought in a pet shop in Baton Rouge. Ate everything in his fish tank, and he ain't the guy that bought it. American Day fills up the cattle, the guy's truck with water, and drives himself down the bar. Picking bones and teeth.
So you just got out the water having gone sailing off the dorsal fin of a tiger shark, and you managed to come out with that humongous, long, ridiculous, redundant soliloquy there. I'm not knocking him. I'm knocking the dialogue. Some asshole wrote this. The thing about Samuel L. is playing whatever the fucking guy's name is, this tycoon who's funding all of this, and they always portray rich bastards. If they're not wearing a suit, when they put them in their casual gear, I mean, look at the state of that. If I had billions of fucking dollars, I'd still wear a vest and a kilt. I'm not going to wear shit like that. Yeah, word travels fast. Those are the normals. She's an Australian actress, and she seems to have quite a bit of kudos as well. I can't think of anything else she's been in. I like that shot. I mean, that shot looks bloody huge there, doesn't it? Oh, God.
A world of gliding monsters.
How can you say that line and keep a straight face? Beneath that glassy surface, a world of gliding monsters.
Yeah. It is.
Kind of scary, isn't it? Yes, it is.
Hey Ben, I'm picking up
There's Brenda.
bitch of a squall about 30 miles out. Over.
Copy that. We'll be alright.
Here's big fat, cheerful party beast, Brenda. So you're losing half the staff there. That's Renny Harlin there, going past. Renny Harlin, the director. Die Hard 2, cliffhanger, as I say. Prison. Here's Skellen Skarsgård. She is quite perky and nice though. Not Brenda. But Jacqueline Mackenzie. Yeah. Real men wear vests. Now here's Michael Rappaport. Now, I remember when this film came out, everyone was saying like, well, everyone I knew was going, oh, is it? That's why Michael Rappaport's in it. And I was going, yeah. Oh, Michael Rappaport. I didn't know then. I do not know now. Michael Rappaport and his resume. I only know him from this movie. I haven't got a clue who he is. What else has he done? I don't even care. He's a bit of an annoyance in this movie, to be honest.
How high are these fences off the water?
How high are these fences off the water?
Surface variations and tensile strength. Got it. Short answer.
So Michael Rappaport plays Scoggins, who's obviously some kind of like the technical guy on this facility, Aquatica.
I'm sorry, I'm making Aquatica sound like some kind of mental hospital.
No, not really. Well, maybe a little.
Fuck off. God. Samuel Jackson, you're shit. You're really, really bad at this acting game, aren't you?
Don't get very many mistakes. Besides the half a mile of catwalks, we bought us titanium-based fencing around.
I do love this though, this structure and the back history that they give it, that it was a sort of like out at water harbour area to refuel and restock US submarines during World War II, and obviously maybe afterwards. But it's been disused and they took it over with his money. He doesn't even seem to know that his money's bought this thing and built this thing. I mean, what kind of tycoon is he? How much money? You know, can you just afford to just, write it off, yeah. What, 15 billion for some off-seas project? Yeah, go on, whatever. Can afford it. Floppy disks. Why did they call them floppy disks? They weren't very floppy, were they? Skellen Skarsgård. You know, these guys are... It wasn't a real shark. That will play a part in a fake scare later on. Now, I think I was saying before, they are or have been doing lots of experiments on sharks, because sharks do not get cancer. They do not go... Well, I can say they don't go blind. Certain species of sharks do go blind. Those Norwegian or Arctic sharks, which can live for up to 300 to 400 years. I'm not joking, they can. And they've proved it. They do live for hundreds and hundreds of years. But they do go blind. And it's because they live so long. Parasites live in their eyes and obviously eat all the tissues. So they go blind. But sharks, as a species itself, tend not to go blind. They do not get degenerative brain disease, and so they don't get Alzheimer's. They don't forget where they are. They're not like goldfish with a 2-second memory span, and they don't get cancer. So experiments are being done to try to find out why they don't get it, and can we manipulate what properties they've got and make medicines for us people. So you get the backstory now of Carter. Carter was a smuggler. It makes no issue. It's got no bearing on anything at all. Just that, like, you know, oh, Carter doesn't like the man. And you'll say something here like, I'm not out to change the world like the doctors and professors and scientists, but I don't want to break it either.
I meet the terms of my parole.
So he's on parole.
Change the world like a die. And I'm not out to break it either.
There you go. What's that? The fucking chinos and that stupid, ridiculous, what? Yves Saint Laurent fucking jumper. LL Cool J. And he's got his talkative bird, which swears and calls him names, and he calls it Bird. Actually, I like his character in this. You got a big fat butt.
You were trying my last nerve. Don't make me drown this feathery ass.
I do like him, actually. He's his character. He's a man who's hit the bottle, like this guy here, and he's also a man who turned to religion, although he's lapsed quite clearly. But they call him preacher, and now he's a chef underwater. Feeding time. So, I mean, I find this kind of a bit morally, well, a lot of it's morally wrong, but this is a bit objectionable as well. They're going to feed that poor bloody tiger shark. He pulled the license plate out of its teeth to aid its, get rid of its discomfort, and then they're going to go and feed it to these experimental Makos. Renny Harlin said, I wanted to use Mako sharks because the CG is pretty bad. Let's be honest, the CG is pretty rough. It's very, very cartoon-like. I mean, that shot's dreadful. But the animatronic sharks are fantastic, and the teeth, the way they show the teeth, and the nicticating membrane, of when the eyes cover themselves over, they go white. Sharks' eyes are black, but they protect their eyes with what's called the nicticating membrane. I have discussed this before, talking about Jaws predominantly, and this is the only film I know that actually shows that taking place. But to my knowledge, it's great whites that do it, not Makos. Someone's going to correct me on that. Maybe I'm massively horribly wrong, but maybe it's all sharks, I don't know. But I thought it was kind of mainly great whites that had that ability. But either way, they show it in this, and I applaud it for that. But Renny Harlin said we're going to use Makos because everyone's used to great whites. Really.
You like the tunes, Avery?
So it's what's her face's birthday, Susan. That's Saffron Burrows.
There's too much women on this next goddamn over there.
Bible, straight. And by the way, food was excellent, brother.
Food was excellent, brother.
You're the guy that
So everyone else is gone, really. Only the shift. You saw all them going out before. Plenty and plenty of staff. So it's only literally LL Cool J is now the only guy who's, well, he's cooking all the food and he's serving all the drinks. What a busy boy. What kind of restaurant, canteen is going to have one guy doing it? God, there's so many posy hero shots, isn't there? And the thing is, like, Thomas Jane isn't like that. You can tell that he doesn't like doing these sort of roles. And she's a lesbian as well, so she's clearly uncomfortable doing these sort of like little romantic moments. Her voice, oh Jesus Christ, her voice is so bad. It's so Billy Bland, monotone, and it's like 2 octaves lower than what should come out of that mouth. The world was just flesh and teeth.
So we increased This female's forebrains are 5 times.
I do like her. She's got that perky sort of frisky little, almost elfin style adorability.
I'm just amazed that we've come so far so fast without genetic testing.
Genetic engineering to increase.
Yeah, okay. I'm just amazed we've come so far without any genetic tampering.
They're hunting in packs. Like wild dogs.
Christ, she's got one hell of a long neck.
Sharks.
You're eating too much.
Saffron Burrows, the human giraffe.
That Gen 1 attacked a 25-foot boat.
So you got the Gen 1 and Gen 2 sharks. You got two, I think, what is it? You got 2 Gen 1s, and then you got the big 45-foot Mako, which is the big mother of them all, which is Gen 2.
Do you like your job?
Yeah, don't fucking threaten me. So why did you say that then?
If we don't pull off that test tomorrow, we're rolling on the streets.
God, she's all, isn't she truly awful?
You're a good man, Carter. Background.
You've got them big eyes and them pouty lips. What happened to her after this? Did she do anything else? Thomas Jane did do a lot of other movies. Well, of course, he's still doing a lot of movies, a lot of TV stuff as well. But Saffron Burrows, what did she do? I know she made headlines a few times, like because of I don't know, her real life stuff. But oh, there's that big megastar Michael Rappaport, who everyone was saying, oh, that's got Michael Rappaport in it, and I'm going, who he? Who cares? Storm brewing. So you're telling me that, you know, you're there observing all the meteorological reports that this big storm that's come out of nowhere, you've only just spotted it now. Mind you, things do get fucking hot to trot very quickly. Storms do escalate.
Nonsense this morning. We're gonna have tiny little drumsticks on the menu.
I'm sorry, if you can hear snorting and snuffling, my husky dog is now in the process of turning herself inside out whilst inspecting and cleaning her bits and bobs. Oh, Roxy, for the love of God, please. Oh, thank you. It's a cup of tea. Thank you. Cheers. Cheers. Cheers, folks. Don't look at me, keep your eyes on the screen. It is a good look. You didn't see, oh God, Hooper, Richard Dreyfuss with his wetsuit with the sleeves cut off. You never saw him like that. He was a complete wetsuit for him. But Thomas J, no. I've got some biceps, I've got some shoulders, I've got some triceps. I'm gonna show them off. Roxy, will you stop doing that? Oh, fuck off, wow. You bought it all? How come you don't know any of this shit?
Sorry, you copy?
Carter, do you copy?
Bingo, Elvis has left the building.
Okay, we picked you up at this
So, I mean, it's kind of naff, innit, I suppose. That you've got to do this big setup just to impress the big money, the money bags. The dog's panting now because she's worn herself out with her preening session. But I think, I know, I'm really knocking this. I just think the setup is hackneyed and the dialogue is deplorable. And some of the performances in these sort of first act are awful. And the CG is oosh.
Well, then synchronized
Can she put any emotion into her voice at all? How long they've been synchronized at this? Oh, shut up. Tell me I didn't see that.
They recognize that gun.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Trying to stay focused.
They're going to fucking recognise things which are dangerous. Every animal does that. I like this though.
We're not picturing gender.
It's like they know the big tycoon's there, Moneybags is there, so the shark's like, okay, now's our moment. We're not only gonna like fucking take this installation down and almost win our freedom. Spoilers alert. But we're gonna really, really make these idiots like complete wank shafts in front of their big boss. Sticking needles in my fucking brain. Ain't doing that for you no more. Now, here's a shot here which I really wish they'd maximised on. That is just so eerie going out into the thick, dark, deep water when you've got monsters literally either side of you. Look at this. It's like a B-52 in it, coming in. Hello, Hiroshima.
Talk to me, man. You copy?
She can't put emotion into her voice. She sure as fuck can't put it into her face either. Saffron Burrow's pretty, but fucking hell. Talentless. Oof. That shark roared there. It did like get you when I wake up. Yeah, he's got it. How did he fucking get that shark onto that? Oh, you think you can move heavy things underwater? Have you tried doing it, by the way? Have you tried doing it? It's a fucking myth that you can carry huge weights underwater. It's all floaty. No, it weighs a hell of a lot more. Posy hero shot. Oh, look at that. You saw some little weird glands in her cheekbones and her jaw flickered there to show, like, yes, wow, he's my boy.
What in God's creation?
Oh, not yet. Howard.
I would say Stellan Skarsgård's a better actor than this as well, but no, he's actually genuinely not. You look at him in oh god, King Arthur, where he's playing the Saxon warlord. He's truly one note awful. By the way, it's a film I love, and I have covered it a lot on the channel. You look at him in the Thor and Avengers movies. He's just a comic aside, and he's fucking wretched in this as well. I need to remind myself, why am I watching this movie? It sounds like I absolutely hate it, and I genuinely don't. I actually have a great time with this, but it's gotta kick in. Once it kicks in, we're there. You've got to get past all this stupidity first of all. See, I like the way that he has an attachment to the shark.
Sleeping like a baby.
Okay.
He will swill that shark down with water to keep the gills moving and all that. But there is a moment coming up which is, I suppose understandable. We'll talk about it when it happens. In a cinema. That was a great shock. Bad dreams. It's all right. That it'd be very precarious business. In reality, let alone fictional movie world. Trying to operate on a huge bloody big shark that could wake up and start snapping at any moment. But that moment got a huge big shock, and then of course what comes next, the real proper shock. Everyone was through the fucking cinema roof. God, my dog's doing it again. Roxy, will you fucking quit it? Look, see, he's swilling the water down. Roxy! Give it a rest, will you? The clan don't want to hear you slurping on your own vaginal bits and bobs.
Vitals.
Do you?
Holding. Aspirating 4.5 cc.
I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be quite as easy as this. It would take weeks, months, fucking whatever, to get this sort of procedure down pat, and even then it's going to be fraught with danger. And to do it in front of the Mr. Moneybags. How many costume changes has Samuel LJ gone through? Samuel LJ? Samuel L... Yeah. I'm thinking of LL Cool J there as well.
Introducing 2 cc's of the protein complex into cultured,
And,
inactive.
and it happens right away. It's, as she says, it's you're looking for lightning in the bottle. So you've got like brain tissue from a dementia-ridden victim, and they're going to put the glands or the secretions from the shark's brain onto it and see what it does. Roxy, if I had a fucking shark pen here, I'd be booting you into it right now. The neurons are becoming hyper what?
Membrane integrity is improving.
Roxy! Shut up and get out. My God, she actually put some feet. That's a massively different take there, isn't it? She's fucking god awful.
6.560 seconds in solid light, not too bad.
The only one who's genuinely believable. Oh God, look at that! Isn't that just awful? Why is she like shell shocked? This is what you wanted to do. This is what you've been striving towards, and he did it in a couple of seconds, at just the right moment. And this tosser, look at him. This was the great shot. Oh, bit of gore there. And you see it plenty as well. It's a big shark, isn't it? Whoa! Oh, his stump spewing gore. It's good, isn't it? Boosh! Carter, no! Because no, he's going to kill the shark now. Now, really, the shark just doing what a shark does. So I think in this particular moment, she's right. Let the shark go. It's also questionable whether that shotgun he's got there is really going to do much damage to that shark.
Paramedics will be back now.
It'll blow a hole in it. It'll blow chunks of its flesh off, but you've seen how deep the brain is inside it. Oh, the deep dark blood. When you see that, it's kind of game over. There, by the way, the deep dark blood. I've been stabbed. I've actually been shot as well, and I've seen blood come out of me, and the stabbing was the deep dark, and ooh yeah, that was not nice. Because it isn't just like the first spatterings of blood. You've gone deeper, and that's proper real blood.
Stay with it, Jen. Keep talking.
This is great though. I love the way things massively escalate very quickly. Come on, Brenda. You are the voice of calm in the storm.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Trevor Rabin's main fantastic action theme kicks in here, and you'll hear it again later. I've done videos on this bit of music. You're going to barely hear it now, but it's the heroic theme The Coast Guard's coming in. Look at these guys. They don't look... Where's he from? He looks like he's a New Zealander. He's a Kiwi. Renny Harlin really orchestrates great stuff with his action set pieces. Always did do. All the other... That's a lot of CG, obviously, but all the other water tanks and water towers flooding them. A lot of it, this, not just in this sequence, but in many sequences of the movie, they really went OTT. And it's Thomas Jane who gets battered mostly, but they all get sideswiped here. Oh, it's on the way back. So it's on the way back, and you see them get hurtled into all the side. And they really were. They weren't prepared for it. They kept the shot in, and they on battered. Hell, that is not one situation you want to be in. You lost an arm. You're now hanging precariously underneath the helicopter. This is the shot. Look at that. They weren't prepared for that, and it massively battered them. Now, try and count the good drinking game is this. Every time Thomas Jane hits the deck, have a swig of beer, swig of whiskey, because he's on the deck most of the fucking movie. He gets skittled left, right and centre, and I love it. I do love seeing him. Oh no. I mean, these guys are... I don't know, they seem woefully inept at their job. But it's a catalogue of accidents and disasters, isn't it? Oh, shit! But the thing is, he'll be able to breathe. He's got an oxygen mask on. He's being pumped with oxygen. So he's underwater now, but he's still going to be able to breathe, even when something else happens. Ooh. Uh-oh. Now, you're not telling me the sharks fucking knew what was going on here. But apparently, for the plot, that's what they do. I love that the blood's still there and they show it as well. Wet lab. Don't forget, that's her fella. Brenda, watch out. Oh no. Boop, 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 boop. Oh. Oh. Bye-bye, Brenda. Whoa. It is chaos, and I fucking love it. Folks, suddenly the film is alive as people are dying. After like such a really woeful and cringy introduction, the film really suddenly just goes, watch the plane. The plane goes up as well. See that? The plane, it's a throwaway shot there. But it's important because they can't use the plane to get away now. What I will say is, if a Coast Guard helicopter goes down, they go get no response from it, the Coast Guard and other authorities are going to send out more. And that's where the film kind of gets this wrong, because you're going to have the odyssey of these poor guys all trapped in their fight for survival. But I don't believe it. Mr. Kilt-Man has given me the wrong cup of tea, because there's sugar in this. That's my son's cup of tea. Somebody tell me what that is. I mean, I like this as well. It's quite surreal and absurdist, but he's still alive, and they're going to use him. Hey! Brace for impact. Oh, it's horrible for her though, isn't it? That's her fella. Maybe they realise this is going to go really badly tits up. Boosh!
All right, people, let's move. Now, get the door. Come on, get in.
And poor old Thomas Jane's going to get battered about here as well. No, that was him. That was Stellan Skarsgård. Did you see the little white bullet which shot to the immediate top left of the frame? That was him. So he's been splattered somewhere. Although you will see him pop up again, Ben Gardner style, later on. All the dweebs get away, but Thomas Jane, the hero, gets fucking battered and submerged. Oh, so you should be drinking your beer, your whiskey, your whatever, not your sugared tea. He's on the deck again. Look. And again. I mean, the thing is, the water effects are stupendously good. And I love her reaction here. Because they're going to... fella's in there. And they're going to see... Well, he was alive last you saw of him. Now they've sealed his face. Oh. Oh, she's... I do like her. She's good. I do like him as well. Oh, God. You know, the wire connection. You gotta crank it up. In some installations and facilities, they still use phones like that now. You know, I love the way things really go from bad to worse still in this. Things just escalate. That's a great shot, that. I like that shot. That's not a good sign, is it? Although some of his dialogue's a bit, you know, on the nose. I think LL Cool J plays a really good character here. He's the down-to-earth one. Okay, he's got these God issues. So he turns to the bottle, but no, God's given me a sign again. Right, okay, I'm going to stop drinking. Well, God ain't giving me any signs. And if he has, I've not paid any attention to them. Should be more obvious. Yes, I was given the wrong cup of tea. I get that. But I've still got this.
All right, let's move. Come on.
I mean, these are good sets as well. I quite like these sets. You'd had in the 80s, well, obviously you got Aliens with confined corridors and ductworks, air shafts. You had The Thing. You had Leviathan, Deep Rising. That was 90s, wasn't it? And Deep Star 6. A lot of these environments of, like, you know, just pure man-made stuff. And they're great. I think Renny Harlin really does it really well. He gives expanse, size and distance because they're practical sets as well. And look at it. How the hell he doesn't break every bone in his body getting slammed into all these metal bulwarks and that, like.
It sounds like somebody made it. Over here! Get over here!
Whoa. That's not someone banging for help on the door, is it?
What the hell is that?
Like equipment maybe banging around.
Yeah, right. This is like almost Indiana Jones. They've got to get past all the bolts and nuts are coming out at high speed. He's on the deck again. Oh, which means I must have a swig. I do love it though, because when you're running about and stuff is happening, you either really suddenly incredibly agile because your life depends on it, or you're really clumsy and everything that can go wrong will go wrong, and you'll trip over your own feet, you'll slam into doors and walls, you'll trip over rocks, you'll fall down slides and ridges, and you'll roll over and hurt yourself with the equipment you're wearing. And no one ever talks about that. That's an issue.
Come on, bird. Where are you, bird?
Oh, they must have been freezing cold in all this water. Better calls him a dickhead. I like that. That's quite convincing. He didn't realise his head was cut, and until the water dripped on it, and then suddenly he becomes aware that this is what happens. You don't know you've been hurt a lot of the time.
Hey, cowboy, let me ask you a question.
We should keep moving.
I'm talking to him.
Yeah, fuck you, bitch. it's like she heard me.
Open that door?
I expect so.
You expect so? Huh. Well. Am I the only asshole down here who thinks that a tad bit odd?
A tad bit odd.
You could do that?
Oh god, he's awful.
I ain't the expert. But I'd say given Gen 2's size and some room to move, she could put a couple tons, maybe more into a hit.
Couple of tons, maybe more. I'd say way, maybe more.
She wants through.
Get your face out of mine,
Shucks.
Samuel.
They aren't just breaking down doors for the sheer joy of life. They're athletes.
Pretty damn obvious. We don't know what they're doing yet.
See, the script's still pretty bad, isn't it?
Just what the hell did you need those sharks?
Oh, and here we get the crux of the matter now.
Their brains weren't large enough to harvest sufficient amounts of the protein complex.
She could confess to all the world's sins, but you'd fall asleep in the first sentence.
Jim and I used gene therapies to increase their brain mass. Larger brain needs more protein.
And you get Jacqueline McKenzie comes out with the best line in this. After she confesses,
Stupid bitch.
"You stupid bitch." Thing is, how come you didn't know? You're all working there. Your fella was part of this, and you didn't know what he was up to.
With this research, we could practically wipe out degenerative brain disease.
It's fucking awful. With this research, we could practically wipe out degenerative brain disease.
Dynamite, you have to set off in your ears before you hit the food.
And what's that line?
You wouldn't understand.
I wouldn't.
There's so many really shit lines in this movie.
Use this?
But there's some great ones as well.
That you use me. Someone on the water who wouldn't make waves. Someone who
Oh,
passed too
now that's a tagline from the ill-fated Bruce Willis NAF actioner, where he plays like some water cop. You shouldn't have put him on the water if you didn't want him to make waves. The film is called Striking Distance, and don't bother looking for it. It's shit.
Brenda? Us?
All right, people.
It's beautifully lit though, isn't it?
Start thinking hard and clear.
It really is a beautifully shot movie. Okay, you've got the CG,
What does an
a lot of
8,000
CG,
pound
quite
Mako
lamentable.
brain the size of a flathead V8 engine and no natural predators?
Fuck it. Who in that situation would come up with a line like that?
So you see how that works? She's cool with the sharks, and now the sharks are cool with us.
I guess your funding's out the question now. Bitch. Hey, bird. Oh, that's great, isn't it? They show us that, but they don't have the decency to show us the actual picture he looked at. Hello. Right, now at this point, the genesis of this movie is that one of the producers, whose name I've now forgotten, he witnessed a horrific, fatal shark attack in Australia, and it haunted him forever. And he had recurring nightmares of sharks attacking him and chasing him through corridors and down stairways. And that bled into this. How are we going to put sharks into corridors and stairways and rooms? Well, you've got to flood somewhere, obviously. By the way, there's another film, I think it's called Bait, which is a great shark movie where a tsunami hits this coastal town and a bunch of really bizarre, disparate characters end up contrived to be trapped inside a supermarket. And they're on top of all the shelving systems, and the sharks are just patrolling up and down. So you've turned an earthly, land-based environment into a shark's paradise by flooding it. And that's, you know, so all of a sudden, we put ourselves into sharks' way all the time. Well, not all the time, but you know what I mean. You know, if sharks are going to get you, you've got to be in the shark's domain in the first place. So on land, you're okay. But I like the twist of like putting a land-based environment into the water. Right, so there's the submersible, which is fucked, as they've just discovered. You've got Preach, the chef, who's now like being menaced by a shark in his own kitchen as well. And you get this great but fucking weird situation where he gets trapped in his own microwave oven. Is it a microwave? What? It's a cooker. The shark turns the cooker on and he's getting gassed, I think it is. I don't know. Fucking bad. I genuinely like this guy. I think he does really well here. I can't say I'm a fan of his music. I can't, and I won't say it. And one of his songs does play at it's the end track of this movie. Ooh. No, that's. See again, you know, that's going to weigh even more underwater. But he's got his axe at least, so we know that. I love the way they've done the shark's teeth and the jaws, the actual jaws themselves, and the way the mouth peels back. They've done that really well on the animatronics.
Whatever, it's junk.
Well, we can all just dive in and see who makes it to the top.
The super like wet soggy t-shirt, but she's got like an amazingly nipple reducing sports bra on.
You can go first.
Otherwise this film would be very titillating, would it not? Listen, I'm a bloke, I look at these things.
Put these on. They help fight hypothermia. That's a start. And unless someone's got a better idea, we're going to have to swim out of here.
Now imagine that could be the last sight. Well, that is the last sight many people have seen before being chomped. It is great, isn't it? How could things get any worse? Just 1 second. Luke. I believe this is yours. Okay, I've now got the correct cup of tea. She's fucking stone cold. Shit. It's debatable how much leverage he'd have to actually wield that axe and cut through. But hey, it's LL Cool J. Do you know one thing I don't like about it? Well, besides the script, some of the performances, is that fisheye view. It's very 70s, it's very dated, and for a film from 1999, it actually looks pretty naff. The fisheye view, where it's sort of kaleidoscoped on the frame. Oof. Oh. Oof. And I like the way that what he's done there has had effects on the rest of the installation. Ooh. All kudos to Renny Harlin for not overplaying the sexiness of that particular sequence, although he will overplay it later on. I'm not getting in that water. What did he do? Did he make comedy films or comedy TV shows? Why was he so well known? And how come I don't know this guy? Michael Rappaport, I mean. Him.
Now what we have here is your basic maintenance ladder. This leads all the way up to the surface.
I love these gods, I really do.
Okay.
But we don't know what kind of shape the surface level is in. The shaft is airlocked, but if the explosion has breached the shaft at surface level in any way...
Sorry folks, I'm listening to this. I'm trying to gain some plot semblance of what... Oh, you can't fucking speak, you bitch.
Hey, you want to go swim with your little fishes, miss? You go right ahead. Me? I'm opening this door and I'm climbing out of here.
The hell you are.
Hey, I don't...
The hell you are. Fuck you. Here we go. It is the world's naffest movie speech ever. Right, let's just listen to this fucking garbage here. Gonna tear up.
It moves like it has a mind.
Ice. It's all about ice.
The world once. It got a taste for murder.
It knows it killed the whale once. Got a taste for it.
When the avalanche came, took us a week.
Ice.
And somewhere, we lost hope.
You think water's bad, but ice is even
I don't know
worse.
exactly when we
It
turned.
moves like it's got a mind, like a purpose. Fuck
I
off.
just know that 7 of us survived the slide, and only 5 made it out. Now we took an oath that I'm breaking now. Swore that we said it was the snow that killed the other 2. And it wasn't.
You all know what's coming.
Nature can be lethal, but it doesn't hold a candle to man.
It's true though, that is
See
true.
how bad things can get, and how quick they can get that way. Well, they can get a whole lot worse.
No
So
shit.
we're not going to fight anymore. We're going to pull together, and we're going to find a way to get out of here. First, we're going to seal off this.
Shut up, motherfucker! Come here. I'm hungry. Oh, you hear that terrible high-pitched hollering, screaming. Ocean turns red. Oh! And you got some good chomping there as well. Good chomping, bad CG, but you know.
Just in your presence.
I like that because it was an A-list character, A-list actor who got chomped. He didn't expect that to happen, but also he was delivering. When we were watching that in the cinema the first time round, he was delivering one of the most preposterous, ridiculous, team-building, rousing speeches, which I was going, you have got to be fucking kidding me. And Renny Harlin was. He was like, okay, I know this is shit. It's hackneyed bullshit, but watch now. And It's just genius. It's a genius kill. So we're not gonna fight anymore. Shark bait.
Hell no. Hell no.
Tell the truth. Again.
Do you know what? Then it might seem slightly cliched, but they're good shots where they join together to open doors and things. The dwindling band of survivors have to like band together. Look at that, they're fucking soaked, aren't they? Whoa, look at that. We're in this, what do you call it? Tunnel? Not tunnel, is it? It's I don't know. Shaft. Shaft? Didn't Samuel L. play Shaft at one stage? He's no Richard Roundtree, that's for certain. I'll tell you what, you know, this cast, whether you like them or you don't, they're not going through it. They're getting wet all the time. Being wet, by the way, is not a comfortable thing. You know, for periods of time. We all love swimming. We all love, like, you know, going in the pool and going in the sea. We all love that. But if you're bedecked in equipment or clothing, or you don't want to be there in the first place, it's not a pleasant experience. And you've got to do it over and over again, like these guys did. See, these shots, I'm not fussed on these shots. This fisheye view, I am not convinced that's how a shark sees. I'm not, sorry. It's our interpretation of it, but I think Thomas Jane is wonderful in this sequence. So they know now that the shark's going to come through. It's going to flood that shaft. Yeah, he's a smuggler. He's on parole. But this guy is out to save everybody as best he can. And I believe him. I totally believe this guy.
Real big.
What's that?
Starts in the brass ball. Be careful.
Oops. I'm here, folks, in all my naff CG glory. But look, he's going to go down to try and open up another door to let the water be siphoned off. Imagine that, you know. Isn't that the same doorway from the Death Star, where Luke and Leia have to do their big Errol Flynn style swing across? I love this as well. Like, he breaks the knife, but it's not like a big moment, and it's a big reaction shot. He just goes, oh, fuck. He's not Arnie. He's not Stallone. Look at it. If you look at his face, he's showing so much pain, commitment, frustration. He's down again. So let's get the whiskey out. I like these shots as well. These showing that the actual facility, the structure, is still getting rocked by all of these things, and it's sinking even lower. Oh no! Look, and this is pure cliffhanger. This is the cliffhanger moment. You've had the teddy bear, and this is reliving the cliffhanger moment again, where Sarah takes the plunge, the death plunge, and sadly it's Julie Mackenzie. Look at this. Oh, it's pure cliffhanger. Renny Harlin reliving it, and all of us who knew cliffhanger were watching this and going, "Oh my god, he's doing it again." But he's still doing it really well. But with the added slant of dorsal fins and big mouthy jaws. Ugh. Oh. Oh, imagine witnessing that. I think Thomas Jane does it really well. Stallone, Renny Harlin got a great performance out of Stallone in that sequence. He genuinely looked like he was distraught. And watch. Not these others. Look at him. Watch how, he's tried everything, but despair hits him. It's simple. It's nothing. And look at that. That's genuine. That it's like shit. I've tried everything. I can't do any more. Just waiting for the hell. hell, Cool J. Now, I remember the first time seeing this, the immense level of relief was genuinely tangible around the theatre. It was just, everyone was like, oh God. It wasn't cliched, it was necessary. After all you've been through, all these helter-skelter, breakneck, life and death situations, suddenly you go, oh, thank God. Okay, he's just sitting down, but I don't care. It's time for a drink.
Are you sure? You're the goddamn
He just sits there like almost zen-like. Look, we're fucked.
We always answers. Sometimes the answer you get is the answer.
He's right though. I mean, okay, he's going to come up with an idea now, but in times of extremists, you have to like just accept what's happening, and if you've got the time, you work out a solution to it. Can't always do that, but there's zero point in worrying about it. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If you can find a way to avert the nastiness, then you'll do so. But don't. You worry, you waste time, you procrastinate. So here's our bunch now. We've had a couple of deaths we did not expect. Even in death standards. Power bars. I know it's stupid. I know, but I kind of believe him. I'm not gonna. You guys are watching this movie. I'm not gonna elaborate on that. She's genuinely gorgeous, but she's such a naff actress. A naftress is what she is. This guy should have gone on to really much bigger movies. And even he tried to make something out of The Predator. The Predator. the 2018 absolute shitfest from Shane Black, who should have known better. Shane Black, who wrote Lethal Weapon and starred in the original Predator, and came up with that absolute cack fest of a movie. Having said that, you know, he walked in with the bandage around his bicep. Have you seen this, guys? Look at this. Gonna be honest now, plasters and bandages, men do feel like, wow, see, I've done this, because there's an element of vanity. You don't want to show the wound, but you don't mind. You'll try to hide the wound if you can, but you put a massive, flamboyant, almost neon crested bandage over it to signpost it. I've something horrible's happened here. I know, because I'm the same.
We got one. There's 2 sharks left. And there's you in the dock doing a little bathroom love.
They have millboards wrong, these guys.
God, these people must have gone down with hypothermia.
Need to get some things from my quarters at the beach. What's that change now?
I'm sorry, what were you saying there? You just spoke in like one long monotone. I fell asleep.
About that day that everyone dying isn't just tragic. Useless.
Death is always useless, Doctor.
I don't know. Is death always useless? If your death means other people live on, and is death but a doorway to something better, in which case it's not useless. It provides a gateway. What the fuck am I talking about? We're watching Deep Blue Sea. Death is always useless, Doctor. Ooh, that's great, isn't it? That's scything through the water. Remember in Point Break, you had the airborne hairdresser. I bet in this movie there's a credit for like an underwater hairdresser. It's a hairstylist. You'd panic there. That would be a bad one. It's Ben Gardner! Yeah, you all forgot about me, didn't you? I love that as well. the two of them scare each other as well. I love the fact that our hero actually shit himself, came up top and just screamed like a Jessie, a complete and utter fucking Nancy boy, and then he come up as well, and the two of them scared each other. It's genius. See, you've got little moments where he's not the guy in charge. He's not the big I am. I like that. Nobody is. And I love this. I love this sequence here. I sort of like, this is my final statement. This is a dying man's, last words. But he ends up talking about cooking the perfect omelette. And he's right, You don't use more than 2 eggs for an omelette. You use 2 eggs. I know this. I make great omelettes. I've done cooking with Kilty videos before. I'll do an omelette. I'll show you. With some of my extras. Oh my, wow.
We will begin with the perfect omelet, which is made with 2 eggs, not 3. Amateur salt and add milk for density. This is a mistake.
This is a mistake. If you cannot find a way out of the most dire of scenarios, you're going to face death. It's going to happen. and you can't fight back. I urge fighting back, of course, massively. But if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Then you may as well face it with a fucking sense of humour. Take the piss out of it, and whoever's maybe doing it to you. Oh, and watch out, mate. Fire up. And goodbye. Oh, Jesus. And he gets slammed in and shredded. Imagine witnessing things like that. Oh, that. I know it's CG, but that's great. Look at that. The twitching foot. No time to think, no time to reason. Your lungs are going to burst. So forget what you just seen there. You have to get oxygen into your body. Now you got to suck breath in and like fucking fight again. Fucking hell. I'm here. I'm actually... See, I was taking the piss during the first half hour. Now I'm massively invested. I'm underwater with him. I don't like that. Why didn't the shark get him? Oh, he's down again. More whiskey. Why did the shark miss him there? Gratuitous skimpy underwear shot coming up very shortly. But you'll get no complaints from me. Despite how bad an actress she is. See, I like this as well. Like, because Preach and Scoggins were mates. I like the way he hastily puts that away as well. You know, his recording of the perfect omelette. Mankind is extinguished by global warming. And records by future explorers of this planet will find all our evidence of ridiculous lifestyles and unbelievable values and worldviews. They'll find things like that, just people's videos and sorry, I want to just look at that. I like that, you know. I like the way that Thomas Jane, he's knackered, he just puts his head down. But you'd be kind of like, who fucking cares about her? She caused all this! Yeah, but she's still a bit of hot ass. So, and this could be our last shot. Eeriness. Quiet. This film, I mean, this film's not very quiet, is it? And you get the fake scare now. It's not a very good scare though, is it? It's not. John Carpenter could do the fake scares quite brilliantly. Although that's a lovely sort of look. See, Renny Harlin can do these things. They are quite alarmingly, I don't know, choreographed. and believable. People stumble and they're falling over and they look. He edits them. Well, he doesn't edit it, but you know what I mean. He directs it, and the editing is great at his movies. Even likes of that. You go under unexpectedly. You fucking fight to get to the surface again, and then you'll discover a way of survival, which means stripping off for the audience. I would say for the male members of the audience, but of course, with Saffron Burrows, you've got everybody. Everybody's interested. It's the look on her face though which makes it so stupid. If she just did it, like Ripley, Sigourney Weaver undresses in Alien, but she does it with like this female empowerment sort of thing. Am I reading too much into it? It's the expression. It's like, I'm gonna do this. Ooh, and I'm glad you did, but. And really, it's Close Encounters, the Shark Show. My wife wears little bras like that. I don't know if I'm saying that because I had a massive bollocking off my wife this morning. Having been out all night last night. Which I think is why she gave me that big mug of tea with the sugar in it. I think she did it on purpose to distract from this video presentation. So, bit of real-time stuff there, folks.
Look, I hate to interrupt this moment of virgin intimacy, but can we get the fuck out of here?
Oh, by the way, folks, I don't know why I'm sort of thinking of this. I say things, for everything I say is from my own opinion, my own mindset, and I take on board anyone's arguments, anyone's differing opinions, but end of the day, these are my thoughts. Whatever I say, don't like it, oh, that's on you.
Well, how far is the surface? Was it 60 feet?
She is a terrible actress. Regardless of sexual orientation. LL Cool J is great in this. No wokeism here. Thomas Jane is one sexy motherfucker, and I'm pure heterosexual. But he looks fucking great in this. This is the thing about blokes, and a lot of blokes don't admit this shit. You want to be the hero. You want to look like the hero. I've fucking done this all my life. I've done. Oh, this is a great moment. Because I'm the meanest motherfucker in the valley. Can I get an amen? I can't hear you. You can imagine Samuel L. Jackson would have wanted to. I want to say those lines. Well, fuck you. You can't, because you're shit and you're getting chomped good style. I'm saying it now. LL Cool J is better than Samuel L. J. Right now, this is well, they haven't got a lot of choice in the matter, but this is questionable, their tactics here. Exhaling away up and all that, like, and like use these. Funny how her hair has changed colour dramatically in underwater. They send those off as distractions, but they actually, they're all going the same way. Do you know what I mean? I'm still here. You know, they're meant to be going somewhere else, but the strategic problem is that you're all heading the same way together. Do you know what I look? They're animatronic shots there, and there's a few of them. There's a few more to come, and they're really good. I like them. This looks amazing here. This sunken Aquatica, and the colour, and suddenly you got daylight. Okay, we are now in the realms of Jaws: The Revenge, where clearly LL Cool J apparently was meant to be killed in this sequence, but they went, oh, I could be wrong about this. Was it test screening? They said, oh no, we want to keep him alive, so they had to redo the ending. Now I could be wrong about this. I could be wrong. I love this movie as it is. That looks great, you know. It looks actually real. Ugh, right in the eye. And the thing is, you will see that nicticating membrane in a couple of minutes' time. So he was meant to die. He was in the shark's mouth. There's no way he'd survive that. His femoral artery would have been absolutely ripped asunder. That guy would bleed out and be dead within 90 seconds. But it's a movie! What? Fuck off, bitch. It's the devil, you know. Again, I like that his character would believe that, because he is as completely, you know, cockamamie as it seems. He is a lapsed, failed preacher. So, you know, I kind of believe it. I kind of don't mind. You know what? I'm going to go out today sporting a big bandage on my arm. And people will ask, what happened there? I was wrestling Makos in the Mersey. Oh my God. She's fucking awful.
Because that's what an 8,000-pound Mako thinks about. About freedom.
About the deep blue sea. All the sharks wanted to do was escape to the deep blue sea. And you fuckers kept them in there. So you're not good guys at all. You've inhibited and manipulated and persecuted and tortured, experimented on wild animals. You can't do that. So we should be applauding the sharks, folks. We should be, you know, in all sort of moralistic terms and ethical terms. But it's an action movie, folks. So
We ought to get about 2.5 feet of dynamite out of these flares.
I love, see his hairy arms. Like Stallone and Arnie wouldn't do that. Oh, it had to be like completely just skin, sinew and veins. It's a fucking real man. For God's sake, look at that. That's what am I like? I analyse musculature and follicles. I love hair as well. These are great. The lighting here again is really spectacular. Look at it. It's gorgeous to look at. She is gorgeous to look at. Can't get the shot. You can't get the shot. I love this sequence. I genuinely love this. It may be stupid, it may be, you know, really overblown, but that's the worst blood I've ever seen. So are you, stupid bitch, as Jacqueline Mackenzie called you. I remember the first time I saw this, it was like, shit, what are you doing? And you see this now, and look, the shark's eye, it was white, it turns black again. Blood! That looks amazing, that. Look at that. Jesus. Fuck no. And you're like, he'll save her, he'll get in there, he'll get her out. Look at that, and it stops and goes, yeah, you bitch. Oh, great dive as well. Oh, brilliant! It's payoff. It's Dr. Moreau. It's every scientist that fucked up with the environment. She got took down, but the shark just wants to get out. Oh, it's a brilliant shot, that. This looks amazing. This. Fucking hell. Even that, look, I know it looks, you know, pure cartoon, but I love it. Oh, here he is. Come on. And here's Trevor Rabin's main theme coming again. Come on now. He was unconscious when they got the plot, how they're going to destroy this shark. And he works it out. Look at this. This is fucking great. You should be dead, mate, by the way. Whoosh. It's a ride, isn't it? That's a fucking Hollywood Universal Studios ride. Look at that. Looks fucking amazing, that. Please, shoot it. Shoot it. Shoot it. What if he missed, you know, completely? But he skewered Thomas Jane to the shark itself. And you'd do it, wouldn't you? You'd be saying, oh, fuck it, I'm going to drown or be eaten, so just fucking blow the thing up. But he didn't know the plot. He did not know what the plan was. Oh, this is... I do love that. That would have torn his leg off, by the way. Okay, I mean, back in the 70s, Spielberg and co. did a much better and more convincing shark explosion than that. And then 1999, with the advent, well, prevalence of CG, that was really bad. They did it that way and it looked awful. But, you know, it's still the payoff that you kind of want. Basically, folks, I want the shark to live. The shark did nothing wrong. What did those sharks do wrong? Fuck all. Oh, Trevor Rabin's score. Look at that. Pizza. LL Cool J would be dead. Preach would be dead from what he went through.
You hit me.
I talked over it. A 45-foot shark and you hit me. Thanks. Yeah. So I said before, didn't I, about the the Coast Guard vessel aircraft went down or would have no response at the Coast Guard HQ. That would have alarmed and alerted enormous amounts of resources to go out there. So that place would have been swarmed, even during the storm, with more Coast Guards, more naval rescue teams. I like that though. It's just, here comes the next shift. And then we get LL Cool J's song now at the end. What is that? Is that my head is like a shark's fin? I don't know. I'm not into rap. Fuck off. I actually think LL Cool J is a good actor. I think he does really well in this movie. I can't think of any of the movies he's in right now, this moment in time. But here you go. I've got whiskey on one side of me and I've got cold tea the other side. You know it. So folks, that was Deep Blue Sea. It spawned 2 sequels, Deep Blue Sea 2, Deep Blue Sea 3. Deep Blue Sea 2 is crap. Deep Blue Sea 3 is, it's not that bad. Well, no, it's bad, but it's there's a lot more going for it. So I don't know. Will I review those movies? Probably not. But Deep Blue Sea, Renny Harlin's initial original movie, is great good fun. It's huge entertainment. It's a crowd pleaser. It's cack-handed and heavy-handed metaphor-wise and ethically and morally, and it's just it's a premise, a synopsis, and then just like, okay, water, hero, gore, and sharks, and given those parameters, it works supremely well. I have a great time with it every time I watch it. I do struggle to watch the first half hour. We're having a party, man! Oh, fuck off. If ever there was a guy I wanted to kick the shit out of, it's him. We're having a party, man. If I was on that luxury catamaran with 2 gorgeous babes and him as my mate, and he'd come up with that, I'd have kicked his fucking teeth out of his head straight away and fed him to whatever was lurking in the deep blue sea. And his bed was not the most attractive one either. I don't know. Look, I'm an alpha male, and it all boils down to that. We're watching a film about sharks, which are the top of the food chain. And I like the fact that they're female sharks. It's always the thing. The females, men think they rule the world. Oh, they fucking don't. Oh, the suffrages and all that. Like, suffrages, is that a shop? Have I just blended the suffragettes with selfridges? I think I did, didn't I? There's a video there coming up. But women have fought for their rights. For assistant to LL Cool J, Brian Daughtry. And their rights are being usurped by transgender and all of this stuff. I've talked about this before. I don't want to bring that into this particular video, so I won't. But women are magnificent. Men are dickheads, but men are dickheads for a specific primal reason. We have to bring about the race. We have to go and do our bit to create more. It's in our DNA. It's what it is. And women are built a certain way and men are built another way. And men are built to be attracted to, yeah, you got it. You got it. And in the case of Saffron Burrows, yeah, some of us are built more towards lesbians than any other way. Oh dear. There's a great name there. The CG supervisor was Sergei Sretshinsky. Shit, can you imagine Sean Connery saying that? Oh yes, Sergei Sretshinsky. You're going like, who? Digital shark animation by Hammerhead Productions. There was a long thing about a long time where people were going like hammerhead sharks were the more dangerous. Not in the least. Not in the fucking least. Your bull sharks have took a huge sort of track record in the last few years of human fatalities. Bull sharks are the ones who are doing it now. Great whites, it's very, very rare when you hear about it. It's not the norm. Bull sharks, tiger sharks, Makos do, commit human killings. Music supervisor LL Cool J, and so on. It's great. The soundtrack album available on Rock the Bells, Warner Brothers Records. I've got it. And I've played Trevor Rabin's score for this movie a few times and had a great time doing so. It's a wonderful, wonderful score. It's a very brief score. On album, it's about 30 minutes long. But it really, there's about an hour, more than an hour's worth of music, which I would love to get the whole thing released. But, any record labels out there who want to do it, do it. Trevor Rabin, his music is great. He's without a doubt lower tier composer, but his stuff works. So give him a chance. There's fans of this music. I know there's fans of his music because I've discussed it before. There's so many great pieces of classic, exciting tracks, and also emotional tracks in it as well, which is just his main theme is awesome. Activities take place. I'm sorry, I'm just seeing something I've never seen before. Central Board of Film Certification. There was I've never seen it before, on my UK Blu-ray of Deep Blue Sea. For all the warnings and attentions after your film ends, it come up with like a photo of a skew piece of paper, which I've never seen before. I don't even think I can get back to it now. We'd have to watch the film all over again to get to it. The Blu-rays and DVDs work that you can't get to something. You've got to watch the whole. We're on Chinese. Oh, fucking how many different fucking versions of that are we going to get now? All the warnings and disclosures at the end. But there was one which was like a paper document on an angle, which they snapshotted. For this, I've never seen it before. What was that about? About rights and I don't know, rights and bullshit. But anyway, we're on fucking tons of Amaran. Where's that? Warning! Oh, that's English. Get that one. Oh, yeah. You're not fucking doing it, are you? You're not playing ball. They just come back from shopping. Mrs. Kilt-Man and my daughter. And being as I'm in shit at the moment, I'm trying to shut up. Anyway, so yeah, we're on UK and Ireland at the moment, but we're going to move on to something else. I don't want to get involved in this. I mean, shit, folks. Why the fuck is it playing so many bloody fucking disclaimers? Piss off. Right, I'm back on the menu again now. So, and what I'm going to do is if you'll, oh, just leave the music on. So, folks, Deep Blue Sea. Anyway, I had a great time watching that again with you guys. I hope you did. We discussed a lot of things, but the movie itself is enormously great entertainment. It's popcorn fun. It is a stalker slash movie, just aquatic style, with dorsal fins and teeth instead of butcher knives. It is a slight riff on Jaws. It pays homage to Jaws, of course. How could you not? But there's not a great deal you can do with shark movies. As I said before, you've got to put people in the environment of sharks. That's the sea, folks, the sea. If you can flood an area with water and sharks come in with it, like bait, that's brilliant. If you've got some, like, there's loads of these movies, oh God, what's it called? Oh God, there's at least 2, maybe 3 movies where a couple are adrift at sea. I think The Reef is one of these as well, where, you know, maybe a group of people and they've got to just band together and they're floating and sharks will come and harass them and then certain people will die. I think Adrift or Open Water is one of these. But we've done it now. We've kind of done it. What are you going to do now? I mean, the fucking stupid movies like fucking sharks with tentacles and sharks with 3 heads and all that, like these mutated bizarre things, which are done to take the piss out of the whole thing, the whole genre. I get that. But if you want a scary, good, exciting, you know, more reality-based, I'm saying that now, you want Deep Blue Sea, Jaws 2, not Jaws 3, and not Jaws the Revenge. But Deep Blue Sea is an exciting movie with sharks just doing what sharks do. Just, oh, they're super, smarter, meaner, bigger, hungrier. And in that bizarre earlier moment, more tiger stripier as well. The fucking hell? What was that? The Vietnam, the best camouflage design, I've always said, is tiger stripe. Jungle tiger stripe. And my God, that shark they had, that tiger shark they had at the start of the movie, and it's massively rippled, you know, it was almost zebra striped, and if they don't look like that, their stripes are very subtle, so I don't know. But it's a movie of just, you know, outlandish, in your face activities and craziness. A wild synopsis, I don't know, slightly controversial, but also realistic synopsis, because we do experiment on sharks, we do, and we are finding things about them all the time, and they can benefit mankind. But it takes like every movie about mankind exploring things they shouldn't be delving into, it kind of goes wrong. It goes awry. Look at Frankenstein. What do you want to call him? Mary Shelley's The New Prometheus. Man dabbling in things he shouldn't dabble into. And obviously Dr. Moreau as well. So, you know, there's many things that mankind gets involved in, sticks his little fingers into, and oh God, in this day and age, can I say mankind? He, they, them, kind. Stick his, their, them fingers into fucking whatever, into the I don't know, the embryonic fluid of imagination and creativity. That's all it is. Speculation. Folks, speculation is what movies are all about. Exploitation is the fun side of it. And Deep Blue Sea actually embraces both speculation and pure, you know, just escapism, imagination, flair, flourish, violence, gore. So, you know, anyway, hope you enjoyed that. I'm going to have to bite the wee bullet and my day will change from this point onwards. Let's just leave it at that. Don't want to go. I don't want to go because I know I'm going to face not good things. I'd rather be in a sunken, you know, experimental underwater facility beset by murderous 50-foot Mako sharks. But isn't it weird though? Like, I am killing time. Isn't it weird that great whites still have the precedence of being, you know, the biggest terror of the seas, beyond any shadow of a doubt? Makos are very, very dangerous, but they made a point in this movie that we can use Makos, but no one ever fucking talks about Makos. In fact, all the last attacks and sinister stuff that I've seen footage-wise, and I do watch a lot of sharks. So I'm massively into sharks. As Hooper says, I'm into sharks. You know, when he takes Brody's meal and drinks all the wine and all that, like, but I do love sharks massively. I've all my life. But Makos have never been the thing. Oh, they're deadly. They're dangerous. Yeah, they are. But you never fucking hear about them. Oh, what shark committed that attack? Well, what you're hearing now is bull sharks, tiger sharks. Oh, and you get great whites. Of course, you get great whites. They're always there. They're never gonna like drop off the shark attack map, are they? But Makos just don't get a mention at all. Like, and like thresh a shark, you know. Sharks are great. And I'd rather face one right now than what I am going to face. So folks, I have been, always shall be, Kilt-Man, at your services. Please, in the meantime, when it's ever, I don't know, amphibious and subaquatic and big toothy fanged jawed in between time, please keep it Celtic, and I'm going to see you all. Foof, foof. Haters. So we're not going to fight anymore. Special effects.